So the summer transfer window has seen billions of dollars, euros or pounds. You choose your currency of choice. Most of it goes towards domestic glory, but that you can't shake off the suspicion that some like Erling Haaland have been bought to fire Manchester City to Champions League glory. Matt Holland, WION's resident football expert, has been keeping an eye on all the moves, and he joins me from Bangkok. Matt, just looking at the summer in whole, which were the major moves in Europe that were the ones you think are going to influence this year's Champions League?
If you look at the top 20 transfers of the summer, there's obviously, for me, a few that stand out. I think the obvious one would be Erling Haaland, simply because he's a goal scorer for Man City. Additionally to that, one or two transfers that I really like are two defensive transfers. Wesley Fofana into Chelsea just in the last few days. Matthias de Ligt into Bayern Munich in the last few days. But I think one of the transfers has to be the loan transfer of Lukaku, simply because of the price that Inter Milan were able to take him back.
You know, Matty, you mentioned all those names, but one big name is going to be missing from the Champions League, at least till the group stages. Cristiano Ronaldo will be playing the Europa League, and perhaps it is the natural order that evolution is underway at the top of the football charts.
Yes, we've had the benefit of enjoying both him and Leo Messi for the last 12 to 15 seasons. It's natural that people's time come to an end. I think both of them, even though you focus primarily on Ronaldo in the question, I still think that they have maybe between 1 and 3 seasons left to show us something somewhere. But of course, life moves on, doesn't it? They become part of global football history, and the next batch will come through.
Matt, the champions are playing this evening, so let's start with them. You would have thought that Florentino Perez would sanction a major rebuild, considering his aging squad defied footballing logic and won last time. Just sort of two major incomings in Aurelien Tchouameni and Antonio Rudiger, who went from Chelsea.
To quote Ancelotti, when Casemiro left for Manchester United within the last week or so, he made a comment that he was very happy with the midfielders that he had. He felt that while he was sad to let him go, that he felt he could let him go at this point. Maybe, obviously, Marcelo left also. He's just signed for Olympiacos during the last 48 hours or so. Maybe they feel that they didn't need to go and rebuild so soon. Maybe they do want to do something gradual. Maybe they feel that they still have players within the squad that haven't done too much during the last season or two. Eden Hazard, for example. But maybe they feel that after Marcelo has left, Gareth Bale has left, Casemiro has left, the players that are going out will allow those that came in the last 2 or 3 seasons to now maybe push on a little bit more.
Okay, now Chelsea, we spoke about Real, but Chelsea have sort of been the big spenders this time. They've spent over 300 million. Now, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang may make his debut today. Does it look like a panic buy? Because the core of the squad, let's face it, won a Champions League last May.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because, let's be honest, it was clear in the summer that Thomas Tuchel wanted reinforcements. Koulibaly, who many clubs have been chasing for 2, 3, 4 seasons already, they finally got him in. They felt that, losing Andreas Christensen also to Barcelona, they needed reinforcements in that department. They've signed Marco Kurela, fantastic season for Brighton last year in the Premier League. And then looking at the forward line, obviously moving Lukaku on, I would like to think that Aubameyang would be a good signing. I don't think it's such a panic. I think it's a proven signing. We all know that he can score goals at both domestic and European level. So I think it's a safe bet, considering that the outlay of the transfer fee also was not too high at all.
Now earlier on you were speaking about evolution. The new PSG boss, Christophe Galtier, is saying the right things, that perhaps Messi, Neymar and Kylian Mbappe need to get used to the bench. Matt, do you get a feeling that the PSG hierarchy have realized it's better to back the coach than superstars with big egos?
No, I don't think that's happened at all. I just think that's the coach speaking honestly. I feel that he has probably the trust of the players to be able to say it. Let's not forget, and of course I'm in a position myself, but I would like to think that maybe at that level, the coach has already spoken to the players to explain that during the press conference, he will make a comment about rotation, about people on the bench and the benefit of the team, so the players know in advance. The power of social media and the power of some players specifically, as we mentioned, and it's been well quoted over the summer in terms of Mbappe's influence on the club. I think it's important to understand that there's a good chance that the coach has already spoke to the players before he's come out with that statement today.
Let's talk about another in-control coach. Manchester City start off against Sevilla. Is Erling Haaland the missing piece of the jigsaw for Pep Guardiola? Because as things stands, it's looking like a 45 goals plus season for him.
I don't know if they were missing a jigsaw. Everybody thought that they were missing a jigsaw piece because they didn't have that iconic centre forward after Sergio Aguero left the club. But, Haaland offers... He's such a different player with his style, what he's been used to at both Dortmund and Red Bull, obviously, Salzburg. A different role in the national team also. And in Manchester City, the one thing that we can guarantee is they will create a great deal of chances. One of his biggest strengths is his movement in the box to be in the position to finish or to strike on goal, not just this powerful machine driving through a backline. And I think we've witnessed that in the first 2 weeks of the domestic season with his goal return.
Okay, now since this is a look-ahead show, let's also just look at the top half of that Champions League draw who play on Wednesday. Barcelona have strengthened despite their financial mess. They've struggled to get signings registered, but it's not just the kids anymore, but some proven steel running through the spine of that team. Does that make them dangerous floaters?
It was some show, wasn't it? Signing players, but weren't sure if they could register them. I think in terms of, if you just looked at it in terms of what they've done from a recruitment perspective, without all of the show that has gone on around it, you'd have to say that they've had a fantastic window. They primarily signed everybody they wanted that was in the media that we were made aware of. They've signed some top players that wanted to play for the club. They probably haven't shifted as many out as they would have liked to. But who knows who they really wanted to have shifted out. They might have not wanted to shift these players out, but they felt forced to because of the regulations. So I think they've had a great window. I'm certainly interested to see how they will fare. I think they won't have a problem with winning their game against Victoria Plazen for sure in their opening game. And I think they will push. I think they'll push domestically, and I think we should see them in the quarterfinals for sure.
Okay, Matt Holland, as always, thank you for your time and perspective. Hopefully we get a cracking season of Champions League football, and let's hope we get Barcelona challenging for the big titles once again.